What up? What up? What up? What up? Good morning to you, the bird. Good morning to you, the bird. Hey, what up, y'all? It's cracking. Thank y'all for tuning in, man, to us real quick, man. Y'all know what I'm saying? Doing your Saturday morning football picks, man. But Truck and Chubby and Shad, you know what I'm saying? We like to go ahead and we like to do our Saturday morning picks right before the game. So if you want to rock with us, and if you don't, you know what I'm saying, you know who be on point, and you could tell how we on point. But look, you can make your picks with us in the Saturday morning, you know what I'm saying? Help us get a sponsor up out here, you dig? So hit that like button, man. Share us with everybody up out there. I have no idea what's going on right now. I can't see anything but who's in here and who's not. It don't matter because we gonna rock out whether there's 0 people in here or whether there's 100. We the same people on the internet as we is in real life. You dig? All right. So with these picks, man, the first off, we got the first pick. I kind of go to recap. You know, I always try to recap. What up, DP? DP, what's ADP? Hey, man, hey, you still part of the gang, dog. You know you supposed to be up on here with me and Shad sometimes, like, right? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what's keeping it solid. My man, Solid Gold in there. What up, Solid Gold? What up with y'all, man? Y'all make sure y'all stay here. Keep your ass here. I don't care if you just put your phone down or you put it down, but you stay tuned in today. You heard? Appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all share us, man. Put us up on y'all X or something real quick. All right, so just a quick recap of the games last night that happened last night. Just a quick recap or the games this week. Bowling Green had beat Central Michigan 23-13. Miami of Ohio takes down Ball State 27-21. Ohio Bobcats beat Kent 41-0, straight skunked on them. All right. Northern Illinois took down Western Michigan 42-28. Appalachian State loses to Coastal Carolina 38-24. East Carolina loses to FAU 49-14. Cal beat up on Wake Forest. They beat them by 10. They beat Wake Forest by 10, 46-36. I took the over on that game, and I was right. I think the over was at 50, but they went like 70, almost 80, right? 80 something. Dang, they was balling out there, right? 82 is what the over was on that one. So that was a good battle to watch last night. If you watch, UCLA beat Iowa yesterday, dog. UCLA beat Iowa, Shad. I know before we get into the Miami Hurricanes game, bro, is there anything you want to say about this UCLA and Iowa game, bro?
I mean, I was shocked when I saw it because I went to sleep a little early, so I didn't get to check the game out. But I know I got Caleb fantasy, so it hit me. I went to
Yeah.
ESPN because I was like, dang, I need to make sure my lineup is straight. So I looked, I said 10 points. I looked, I said, oh man, they bothered my man up last night. But salute, it looks like they finally have got some things figured out, and they can use this momentum going into next season. You got two recruits, you got something to sell to, people in the transfer portal. So
Mm-hmm.
it's good. I'm glad, that they're figuring some things out.
Yeah, they have figured some things out, sitting at 4-5 and 3-4 in the Big Ten. And they getting a surge late. It's first year there. And yeah, man, they lost some players, but they did their thing. And I was shocked to see that too. And they got them by 3. So UCLA is showing up right now. And they're getting better as the season progresses, which is a good thing. And that's what you want to see, right? In college football. That's what you want to see. Memphis got in a scrum and with the American Athletic Conference with Rice. They only beat Rice by 7, 27-20, but they dominated Florida State. But Rice is kind of showing up. And like I told y'all yesterday, if y'all was here a little bit, Rice has been getting better and Memphis is kind of plateauing, and they almost lost the game to Rice last night, man. They only beat them 27-20. New Mexico beat San Diego State. Dang, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. I thought it was. I really did. For them to beat Sean Lowe's team. Um, I was like, I just don't know how that happened. Really, they lose to New Mexico like that, but I guess New Mexico showed up. They didn't. New Mexico is 4-6 overall, 3-3 in the Mountain West, and San Diego State is drops to 3-6 overall and 2-2 in the Mountain West. They needed to win that game to stay a little bit relevant. But look, we'll keep it moving on these games, man. And we'll get to talking about the others as we're going on. I think yeah, Ohio State, I think they covered today versus Purdue, but we're gonna talk about some of these other games that we got on the slot right now. So let's get it popping, you dig? I cannot see what we're gonna let's get it pop. South Coast, what's going on, South Coast? South Coast Kane in the building. What's good with it, bruh? What's good with it? All right. So I didn't even see you in there, man. You gotta let me know what's going on in the chat. What's up, fellas? I'm all right up out here. So your Miami Hurricanes are taking on Georgia Tech. Um, it's a ACC matchup game that got some history behind it. Y'all going to Atlanta to play the Yellow Jackets. Um, I got Miami in this game, but I will let you go ahead and break it down. You the Miami Hurricanes aficionado guy here, so I'll let you go ahead and break this game down. Tell the folks what they need to hear about this game, Shad.
These games are always interesting when we travel up to Atlanta. I mean, they're always interesting. Either you have the situation Cam Kitchens with the three interception game, pick six. Then you have other situations. We just we just don't look like we're field with Georgia Tech, right? So Haynes King, I believe he's been out the past two games. Word back this particular game. If that's the case, it's going to be some rust. He's a little timid. According to reports, the injury that he has is an upper body injury. And
Yeah.
Georgia Tech fan base and their media, they have made this game really. During the offseason, they took great to replay the last play of the game from last year where Christian catches a unbelievable last second pass for a win and botched fumble call. So about whether our defense is, how our defense is going to respond and things of that particular nature. And I think this is a game that you don't have to get up for this game, right? I don't think it's additional motivation. I don't think you need any additional prep. I think this is a game that we thoroughly, take care of business. Not taking anything away from Georgia Tech because again, seeing this particular season on any given Saturday, any team can fall. I just think
Okay.
again, just having the absolute best quarterback in college football at the helm. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna pass it off to you. Looking at a graphic from the last game, and they were talking about through getting into ACC play. I think we had surrendered about 3 sacks since we've gotten into ACC conference play. I think that number had either 15 or 16 or something like that. The reason I bring that up, the fact that I'm actually shocked when Cam takes a sack. I really am because it is so hard to take him to the ground without him throwing the ball away, without him improvising on a particular play. I know Joe, I've watched him play a few times. Wasn't necessarily overly impressed, but that tries hard. They're not going to just lay down for anybody. But I just see a situation where we just have too many offensive weapons to deal with. Um, Not saying it's gonna be like it was last week because I know when you told me what the spread was, I said there's nowhere in the world they were favored. We should be favored by 20 over Duke, but came
Mm-hmm.
through last minute, covered the spread. So hey, maybe. But I'm just this game is gonna be personal. You
You
know,
keep skipping out a little bit. I don't know what's going on with your mic this morning, bro, but it seemed like you keep skipping out, like when you moving around or something, like skipping out a little bit. I don't know what it is, bro, but wait,
skip it out too. You can't skip it out too.
am I?
So I don't. Yeah, yeah. So I didn't know it was happening on my end too.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
maybe we need to refresh. So the folks don't go nowhere. If it's shut off, let me see if I can refresh it. Is it? Am I still skipping out?
Yeah.
Wow, wow. See, this is why I don't rock with. See, this is why I be mad with. It's exactly why I be mad with StreamYard, bruh. See, that's crazy.
All right, but you good now.
Uh, yeah, I hope so. But yeah, this is why I be upset with them, man. All right, but all right, let me get my camera up in there for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Get this thing rolling back. All right. So I had to get it cracking. I don't know why. I don't know why I was skipping out. Maybe I'm doing too much right now. Maybe I'm trying to do too much right now with the whole thing. You did. You said you good. You good on this end. All right. Thank you, old school, for that. All right. Well, I refreshed it and everything's popping back now. So I guess we got it worked out. You know what I'm saying? A problem because I spend way too much money on this StreamYard a month for this to be doing this. I'm telling you that right now. Straight up, bruh. Straight up. All right. So, all right. Yeah. But I'm going with the Miami Hurricanes today, man. That's our pitch, bruh. Straight. All right. For that one. Now, moving on to the next game, we got Florida Gators going down to Texas and playing Texas. Now, I know most of y'all out there thinking that this game probably it should be a good game. Florida's been playing better, right? They have been playing better. Um, is Lagway playing, bro? I didn't get a chance to look at that to see that if he was playing or not. I know he's been playing, but
Yeah.
you say what?
I mean, if you, oh, I thought you were asking like he had an injury or something.
Man, that's what I'm like, I hope not. But so I mean, the Gators had been playing a little better, man. But so I got this up here on the slot. Texas being at home, they got a lot to prove. They got to come out. They got to smash. I hope this is a good
Oh,
game. What's up?
he's gonna be. It says he's gonna be a game time decision.
Yeah, see. So So that's what I'm saying. Like I don't. So if it's a game time decision, it could be a blowout, and I don't think that's healthy for them. But they have been playing a little bit better and getting better towards the end of the season, I think. But look, man, I got to roll with Texas. I got this game up here because I think it's going to be a good game. I hope that this is going to be a good game. But if I got to make a pick, y'all, I'm picking Texas, man. Got to roll with Texas in this one. And what we forgot to do the prop bets for that last one, dog.
Okay, I got it pulled up. Cause you guys are your fantasy, don't you?
You say what? I got who on fantasy?
Jamal Haynes.
Yeah, I
Or you
do got
don't?
Jamal Haynes on fantasy. Yes, I do.
All right, so we'll start with Jamal Haynes. Over under 59 and a half rushing yards.
I, I think he'll get 59 on y'all. I mean, up until y'all, I think he'll go over. I'm just keeping it real, man. Just keeping it a
nah,
buck.
I'm with you. Nah, I'm with you. I'm with you. I got him. I got him going over 59 and a half as well. Let's see. Touchdown prop.
Yeah.
Jacoby George. Well, no, I'll go.
Restrepo
You
getting in
think
there.
Xavier Restrepo will score the first touchdown for the Miami Hurricanes against Georgia Tech?
Oh, that's kind of tough. The first touchdown for the Miami Hurricanes. Yeah,
Yes.
I don't know who will score the first touchdown. I don't know if that's a safe bet, but if I get an anytime touchdown prop with Xavier Restrepo, I'm taking it. I'll say that.
Okay. Okay. I'm good. I don't think Xavier Restrepo is going to score the first touchdown. It may be someone as obscure. Say obscure, and I'm not saying this is an insult, but it may be
Yeah.
someone is. It could be a. I mean, it could be anybody that scores the first touchdown for Miami. You know what I mean?
All
So,
right.
uh, last prop: Xavier Restrepo over under and a half yards receiving against Georgia Tech.
How many yards? You skipped out again.
Under 80, over or under 88 and a half.
88 and a half.
Yes,
Oh,
over under 88 and a half.
I give him the over. I'm gonna go over with Restrepo. I'll go over with Restrepo.
Okay.
88.
I'll go over as
We skipping out again? Am I skipping out, y'all? Can y'all hear me?
they, they're kind of going in and out.
Man, that's wow. That's wow. That's wow. All right. I turn this volume up again. I don't know. I don't know why I keep doing that, bro. Turn this volume up. Maybe I gotta shut down one of these screens for right now or something. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why it's skipping out like that. Try to change the background or something. I have no idea why it be doing that to me, y'all. But y'all know that's how y'all know it's a real show. You dig? Ain't no play over here. We for real working it out. Um so why oh so you gonna rock out like that, Chad?
Nah, I'm trying to close out some stuff in the background. I'm just trying to make sure it ain't my phone.
Oh no, it ain't you. It can't be you. It's me. I'm the host. It's gotta be on my end. Why it's doing that.
Let's see. All right, it's better
It's
now,
gotta
at
be on
least
my
from
end.
yeah.
Yeah, but I got it. I think I got it worked out. I think so. Yeah, I think I got it going on. So, all right, who's your pick for Florida and Texas?
I'm gonna take Texas. I agree with you. Florida has been playing well. You know, there have been some. I think I haven't confirmed it, but it seems like Florida's gonna give Billy Napier another year. So we'll see how it goes. I think their schedule may
Mm,
be a little bit more favorable. Probably have some older guys on the team and everything like that. So I mean, it may be the best decision to make.
all right. All right. Bet. There's some of the props for this game. You got some of the props ready for this
Uh,
one?
I got props. Quinn Ewers over under 240 and a half yards passing.
Oh, Quinn Ewers over.
I'm gonna take the over as well. I think they got obviously a bevy of receivers to throw the ball to. Okay, we got Quinn Ewers over under 2.5 passing touchdowns.
Over.
I'm going to take. I'm gonna take the over as well.
Okay.
And lastly, we got Jaden Blue over under 43 and a half yards rushing.
Hey, he better get over 43. He better get over 43. They had that offense working the way it's working. Quinn Ewers ain't gonna get over 250 if he ain't gonna get over 250 if Blue can't get over 43 yards on Florida. I think that's a safe one right there to take.
I think so as well.
All right. Bet. So I hope y'all heard that. Y'all rocked out with us. So this next one, here go your boy, Fran Brizow. Fran Brizow taking on the Boston College Eagles and the Boston College is at home. Um,
Wait a
so this
minute.
match, you say what?
Oh no, you good. You good. You good. My bad.
Old school cutting up. He said he on Bluetooth. You cutting up old school. But they at home this game, so I'm gonna try to scroll down. I'll try to find it. Yeah. So Syracuse is 6-2 overall, 3-2 in the ACC. Boston College is 4-4, 1-3 in the ACC right now. Boston College needs this win a little bit more, but y'all know Thomas Castellanos. They've been moving the ball with Roberchecks, and I can't remember the other backup running back's name they got. They looking pretty good on defense. Boston College is. They're at home. And Syracuse, we know that Syracuse has struggled. Kyle McCord has struggled, but that offense is high powered. That defense got to come together. Thomas Castellano, I do think that this game may look like it may run up on it, or I don't know. So because the games I've been thinking and being high scoring haven't been, so really don't want to say that the over under on this total points will be high scoring type of game. But what I will say is that Thomas Castellano is a problem, and that running game at Boston College is a problem. Them at 4-4, I would not sleep on that. I put this game up here because it's a good game, but I do want to rock with Fran Brown in this game in Syracuse, man, with that passing offense. But look, man, Boston College is at home, and I think that matters in college football a whole lot. So I got Boston College by 3 or less, man, winning this one, man.
Man, I mean, no, I haven't done a Syracuse video in a while, but I've been keeping up with things, and I
Yeah.
must say I've been very disappointed in Kyle McCord the past couple of weeks. Um, Syracuse still, to me, again behind the Miami Hurricanes, I feel like have the most, and this is even above SMU, right?
Yeah,
Still feel like they had the second best offensive weaponry in the ACC,
facts.
but I don't know. They've hit a snag in the road, um, in certain aspects. But I'm still gonna take them in this game. Um, I'm still gonna take them in this game because I feel like that they're still much more offensively talented than Boston College is. Defense still has some work to do, but I'm gonna take Syracuse. I think this
All
probably is
right,
gonna be. I think it's gonna be some points put on the board, and I like Syracuse. This is a heart pick.
all
It's a
right,
heart pick. You know what I
okay,
mean? But
yeah.
I'm gonna take the Q's though.
You got the cues, huh? That's what you rocking with. The
So I'm rocking
cue.
with it. I got you.
I ain't mad at you for that, dog. I ain't mad at you. I ain't
I
mad
got you.
at you. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't mad at you. But before we answer to go into the prop bets, man, DP said Chubb and Shad. Y'all think y'all would make that field goal for the money on college game day? Hell
Nah.
yeah, I'm making that field goal, bro. There ain't nothing that's gonna stop me, bro. I'm gonna make that field goal. First of all, I'm gonna look at Pat McAfee like, yo, chill, like be quiet, Pat. Like be quiet. Don't be doing that shit in my ear. Hell yeah, I'm gonna kick that shit. My little chubby ass legs gonna lift as high as I can get that motherfucker. Boy, I'm gonna be out that bitch stretching and all that, trying to stretch that shit out, old man style, kick the hell out of that ball. Yeah, yeah, hell yeah, you damn right. You damn
Nah.
right. I ain't missing that field goal. I kicked the hell out of that ball, boy. College game day, goddamn right. Shit. Old school in here
Nah.
kicking it with us. He said, you on Bluetooth now. Wonder why your shit fucking up like that. Old school cutting up early.
It is what it is.
Old school cutting up, man. Oh shit. Oh man, thank y'all for coming in and having y'all coffee with us, man. Don't go nowhere, man. Y'all stay tuned in right here, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't care, put your phone down, rock out with us, man. Sip your coffee with us, laugh at my dumb ass. Yo, so yeah, man. So what's the prop bet? Some of the prop bets for the Syracuse and Boston College game.
Unfortunately, they don't have any prop bets for this game.
Oh, they ain't got none. Okay, all right, cool. All right, well, we keep it moving then on that way because it should be a close game. Now we got a Big 12 matchup game right here. West Virginia and Cincinnati will be taking on each other today. Um, West Virginia sitting at 4-4 overall, 3-2 in the Big 12. Cincinnati at 5-3, 3-2 in the Big 12. And Cincinnati just took a L up at Folsom Field to the Colorado Buffaloes, coming off a loss. West Virginia they supposed to been one of those teams that been playing, have been a very good team, but their schedule has been the hardest in the Big 12. They had the hardest Big 12 schedule, although they did see Pitt. They played Penn State. They played Oklahoma State early. They played a lot of good teams. The best teams supposed to be early. So sitting at 4-4 and 3-2 in the Big 12, I don't think that's super bad. But I am a fan of Garrett Green and them, and that defense over that West Virginia, I think, is a little bit underrated. I think the defensive line has been playing better over there, and they've been getting a little better. Their defensive backs is okay. So and Cincinnati, they got, I think Colorado exposed them in a lot of ways, and I think West Virginia could do the same thing. So look, I'm not looking for Cincinnati to get this dub over West Virginia. They are at home, but West Virginia, Garrett Green and those guys that run it, CJ Donaldson, that running back, man, look, I'm going with West Virginia, man, to beat Cincinnati today, man. I think it's going to happen. It's going to shake up some more mess up in the Big 12, help out even more for Colorado. And look, that's what I'm rocking with today, dog. I'm going with the away team in West Virginia.
I got some bad news for you.
What's that?
Garrett Green is not playing today. He's hurt.
Okay. All right. But hey, look, so
You're
if
not
Garrett
changing your pick. You're not changing your pick.
no, I'm not gonna change my pick. I'm not gonna change my pick. Garrett Green ain't playing today. Okay. That's okay. I still think they could beat Cincinnati without Garrett Green. They got CJ Donaldson at running back. Their wide receivers are okay. And that defense is still there. I think they still could beat Cincinnati. I do think that. So yeah, I'm still gonna roll with West Virginia. I'm not changing my pick. There's no excuse for it. There's no excuse. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I'm not going to change my pick just because Garrett Green ain't there. Although I do like him, but next man up, right?
Yeah, that's what they say. Next man up. I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna take Cincinnati.
Okay.
I'm gonna take Cincinnati.
And why are you
Um,
going to take Cincinnati though?
Again, I mean, I don't think you can just replace Garrett Green like that. I mean, I'm looking at his
Okay.
backup. Just kind of looking at what he did. Obviously, he got his most extensive work against Arizona. He was 18 for 22, two passing touchdowns. They won 31 to 26. So I mean, he's
Mm-hmm.
probably solid, but I got to take Cincinnati. I got
All
to
right, bet.
again because you're the Big 12 guy. You're the Big 12 guy. And you told me that Cincinnati quarterback is playing a lot better. So
He is.
again,
He
I
is.
take information that you say,
Yeah.
and when we make these picks for Big 12 teams, I just try to compile all the information that you've given me, and
Mm-hmm.
I try to come up with a general consensus. So I feel like that Cincinnati having a quarterback edge, they have the better record. Like we were talking about last night,
Mm-hmm.
your record says what you are,
Yeah.
and the record says Cincinnati is a better team.
I mean, look, I ain't mad at you for that, Shad. And look, Brent Sorsby has been playing tremendously better. He's gotten a lot better than last year when he was at Indiana up until now. Cincinnati, they are a good program. It's just some things in college football just shake up. And West Virginia, they do got the defense, like how you say, styles make fights, right? A lot of people say that, and this is a good. This matchup is good, and I think that they got things that Colorado has, and but they still got a good running game, and I think that they'll rely on that today. West Virginia will. They'll rely on that running game a little bit more with CJ Donaldson. I think he's one of the most underrated rushers in college football because he definitely could tote that rock. But I look, it's going to be a good game, and Cincinnati can very well win. But I'm definitely, I just, I'm going West Virginia today. I just feel like West Virginia will win this game. You know.
Okay,
All
nothing
right.
wrong with that.
Okay.
A couple prop picks.
Little Bucket said,
What
"See
you
you versus whoever." What up, little Bucket? What's good with it? Make sure y'all hit that share button, man. Hit that like and make sure y'all do that. What's the picks though?
Okay, so I don't know his last. I can't pronounce his last name. It may be Marcholi or I don't know Nico Marcholi, whatever. He's gonna be the Garrett Green's replacement. So they got him over under 180 and a half passing yards.
Over or under 180? I think he'll be under. Only because I don't think that they're going to try to have him play conservative. That offensive coordinator, they're going to rely on the run. He'll do some dink and dunk passing. If something break, and then I guess they'll be cool with that. But look, 180 in college. That's almost a safe bet to take, right? With any backup. But we don't know if that offensive coordinator is going to give him the range of that offense. So I really wouldn't even fuck with this bet for real. With that prop bet, I wouldn't even mess with it. To be honest with you.
Oh, okay.
Because you don't know
Uh,
what the go ahead.
yeah.
What you think?
No, I mean, you're right. You're right. Like I said, in his first extended action, he threw for 190 against Arizona, but I mean, it's Arizona, so there's really not much resistance over there.
Mm-hmm.
But with that being said, I'm gonna take the over. I'm
Okay.
gonna take the over.
All
I'm gonna
right.
take the over. Okay, second prop, Jaheim White. Jaheim White scored the first touchdown for West Virginia.
Oh. See, Jaheim White he can tote the ball all the way down there, get tackled on the 3 yard line. To CJ Donaldson can wind up punching it. I don't know, see, because they got a couple of backs over there. Um, I don't know, bro. I wouldn't mess with that one either, bro. It's tough to say.
I mean,
Tough to
yes or
say, bro.
no?
I would stay
I
away
mean,
from it. No, yes or no? Just
yeah,
saying.
yeah, just
Um,
yes or no.
no, he don't score the first touchdown. No, he don't.
Okay, okay. I'm gonna go no as well. Last one, Hudson Clement, over under 38 and a half yards receiving.
What 30? What?
38 and a half yards receiving.
He got to go
Hudson.
over that. He got to go
Okay.
over that.
I'll go to over. I'm gonna take the over as well.
Got to go over with that. All right, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Georgia at Ole Miss. Georgia have look, they gotta win. This game is a must-win game. The playoffs start early today in the SEC. As I said last night, y'all, the playoffs starts right now in this week for almost every team out there that's in the fight to go to the college football playoff. For every team that wants to make look, it starts today, especially with these two teams here. Georgia being 7-1 overall, 5-1 in the SEC. Ole Miss being 7-2, 3-2 and over. I'm a 7-2 overall and 3-2 in the SEC right now. Ole Miss Lane Kiffin, he got to get this dub. He has to break this so-called curse that Lane Kiffin can't. He Lane Kiffins. They Ole Miss do Ole Miss things. He got to get rid of that Ole Miss with Ole Miss, man. I took Ole Miss to win I took them to win the SEC. I do think that Georgia is this year's Michigan. I explained it last night. I'll explain it again this morning. A lot of these guys that came back to Georgia, they come back to win to do nothing less just to win a national championship. And that's what they're set out to do right now. I don't know and they're going to play their hearts out. But Ole Miss is at home. Jackson Dart has been playing better. Carson Beck, I think they could. And Ole Miss got the defense, so don't Georgia. Um, this is a close pick, but look, I took Ole Miss to win the SEC, so I'm gonna take Ole Miss to beat Georgia today in an upset. That's what I'm going to do. I'm taking them and that's because. And look, I'm being real with y'all. This is a biased pick for me, so don't take my word on it. Because real talk, I'm not putting no money on it. I didn't put no bread on this game, so I'm not advising y'all to do it neither. I didn't put nothing on it. I skipped right over this joint, but I'm taking them to win.
Let me see. Let me look at one thing. Let's see.
And
Trying to
Trey
see.
Harris, I think, just came back off an injury too. So I think he just came back. I don't know if he's coming. I think he's gonna come back this game. He need to. I hope Trey
Yeah, that's
Harris coming back today. So because that's gonna
yeah,
be
that's
important.
yeah, that's what I was looking at to see. Okay. All right. So I'm just looking at according to Pete Thamel, he expects Trey Harris to play, but in a limited role. So
Mm, mm,
I don't know how that works out.
mm.
I'm with you, right? If Ole Miss loses today, their playoff hopes pretty much are over. That'll be three losses, which again, going back to one of our previous videos, I said in the new playoff format, three losses is really two losses. But you have some teams now that already have two losses that probably are going to be in front of you already, right? So I think in the playoff ranking, what Ole Miss is like
Yeah.
14th or 15th or something like that. You're already behind like Alabama. So they have to win today. And then it puts Georgia back in the hot seat as well because then they have two losses. I don't know what to make of Georgia, honestly. Carson Beck hasn't played up to how many people felt like he should play. Georgia again, still feeling around about what type of team they have. Run the ball, pass the ball some.
Mm-hmm.
The defense may not be as stout as it was. Both teams were played very tough by Kentucky. One of the teams ended up taking a loss, which was Ole Miss. So they have a neutral opponent in each other. But again, at the beginning of the season, we asked the question, which team do I feel like would be the team that would not make it to the playoff that's ranked high? I picked Ole Miss. So I think I'm going to have to go with the Bulldogs.
All right.
I think Georgia is gonna prematurely, and I say this when I say prematurely, I'm just talking about the aspect of the bigger objective was a playoff. I think Georgia is gonna go ahead and prematurely end Ole Miss's season today. But it would be great if they did get it. It would be good if Ole Miss were to win today because the remaining schedule that they have is easy. I'm not gonna say easy. It's not as daunting, right? They finished the season off with Florida, and then they have the Egg Bowl against Mississippi State, which would be two not highly stressful games to end the season. Not saying that you can rest guys, but allows having Trey Harris being somewhat limited in this game. Ole Miss needed to be 100% um, in this game, but I just think the Bulldogs is going to be too much.
All
I
right.
just think they're going to be too much.
All right. I ain't mad at you for that, bro. I respect the take, and I ain't mad at you for that. Like I said, it's a biased pick for me. It is, and I kept it real with the audience out there, you know what I'm saying? Because I took them to win, so they gotta show up, you know what I'm saying? They gotta show up. So what's some of the prop bets for this Georgia and Ole Miss game?
We got the prop bets. Carson Beck over under 1.5 passing touchdowns.
Carson Beck over or under 1.5 passing touchdowns. I think he'll go. I think he'll go over 1.5. I think he can get two.
Yeah, I think he's going to have to go over. If Georgia expects to win this game, I think they have to go over. Jackson Dart. We got Jackson Dart. I had it right there. I'm scrolling too fast. All right, Jackson Dart over under 272 and a half yards passing.
Under. I go under with that. I don't because I'm trying to think of who's going to be their deep threat today. They do
I guess they're
got
gonna throw the
Wells.
ball. I guess they're gonna throw the ball to Jordan Watkins. He had
Yeah.
5 touchdowns last week.
Um. Yeah, but I mean, I'm just saying, like, I don't know if that's going to work a lot against Georgia. I mean, they don't have a Ryan Williams like Alabama did when they were attacking them. So, but he is going to step up. But that's a lot on that Georgia defense, and I don't think Georgia's going to let up that much. So I have to say under. He may get close to that 250, but that's a lot for Georgia to let up. I think. And I don't think they need to do that. I think they need to keep it balanced today. I think they need to go with the run game. Um, and they need to pass. They have to have a balanced attack to beat Georgia today. They got to be disciplined in Georgia because Georgia is known to be a little bit undisciplined at times. That team, nobody really talks about it, but because it really don't have nothing to do with football, all the off the field stuff that Georgia go through and that culture over there. I know that Kirby, he just gets his guys to play. He gets the best of the best talent. Well, and with that, and what comes that and all that money, NIL money, comes a lot of the off the field stuff that a lot of people don't talk about, and I don't understand um why we don't talk about it because hey, we criticize other people and other coaches for other shit, right? And nobody really brings up all the shit that Georgia goes on. And I know it ain't got really nothing to do with football, but like I said, it's just a ton of stuff, man. And I think that if Ole Miss can be disciplined, but they had some troubles with penalties too on the field, I think it's gonna come down to that stuff, man. They gotta be good in all three phases of this game, man. But I do think that I hope that Ole Miss can do it today, man. For real, for real. But yeah.
Yeah.
So that's my take on that right there, bro. And I'm gonna pass it off to you, bro.
Last
All right.
prop. Will Jackson Dart score the first touchdown for Ole Miss?
Yeah, he'll probably score it. Yeah. So passing? Yeah, I think it'll be a passing touchdown. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. And to kind of piggyback off of what you said, I mean, that's the advantage of being in a college town. Stuff like that gets swept under the rug. If you
Mm-hmm.
were in one of these major markets, like obviously like Miami or even the University of Texas, USC, I would even go as far as the baby bring up Ohio State being in Columbus, Ohio. I mean, if you were probably in one of these particular areas, some of the things that are going on at the University of Georgia, it will probably make some bigger news
Mm-hmm.
outlets because, from my understanding, it seems I think the Atlanta. I don't know what the official name of the newspaper is, but I think it's the Atlanta Gazette or Post Journal or something.
Whatever their
But they're the
paper
one,
is.
yeah. But they're the ones that are on top of this, right? They're on top of any little thing that's going on at the University of Georgia. And I agree with you because you got to think about what transpired with Jalen Carter in that situation. I remember when I first heard about it, right? I heard about it. You heard about the severity of the situation, and then it seems like the next day it was out of the news cycle.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just thinking again, I don't like to be this Miami Hurricane fan, but I mean, you gotta call a spade a spade. If something of that magnitude happened at the University of Miami, this would be all. I mean, they would run a week long story about that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they would bring up they would bring up the city of Miami, bring up the past and all that type of stuff, bring up the old teams, and so I mean, yeah, it is biased journalism for things like this. So yeah, but you're in a college town, and you're somewhat shielded away from the the media.
Hmm.
So and that's a benefit that they have.
Yeah, but it's a ton of stuff that goes on. So yeah, I think that Ole Miss attacked that undisciplined character that that team could have today, man. If Lane Kiffin Smart playing to that, and then they try to stay disciplined. All right, because no, beside even though he got a lot of stars over there, I haven't really heard too much about Ole Miss. And look, I give Dion a ton of fucking criticism and all that and all the players he got there, but you don't hear nothing that's going on over there, especially like what's going on at Georgia, dog. Like there's a ton of shit. Like the motherfuckers over there doing everything under the sunshine. Ain't nothing they ain't doing over there. Moving on though, we got them psycho Kurt Signettis at home versus
Psycho Kurt.
the Michigan Wolverines today. And it's going down. This game is going down, ladies and gentlemen. It is at 3:30 today on CBS. Michigan 5-4 overall, 3-3 in the Big Ten. Indiana, they're fighting Kurt Psycho Signettis, 9-0
I liked it.
overall,
I
six
liked it.
and 0 in the Big Ten. And they don't look like they're slowing down. But I will
No.
say, Chad, bro, they're playing Michigan's defense is still a good defense, right? Their offense, they're a position short of being a better team this year, and that's a quarterback position. But uh Mulligan, is that how you pronounce his last name? Mullins is a beast.
Mullins.
Mullins is
Yeah,
a beast
Mullins.
at running back. He's a beast. He's a beast, right? They got that. They're short of receivers, weapons on the outside, and a quarterback. That's what they don't have. And I don't see Mullins running all over Indiana. I just don't see that happening. The quarterback situation is a problem at Michigan, but I will say that this is a good barometer game for this Indiana offense to see what they actually can do against a more talented defense like an Ohio State. I will say, like, depending on what we see them do with Michigan today, and if they can pass the test of Michigan, because we've seen a lot of crazy things happen in college football. So I wouldn't put it past Michigan to try to get a dub over Indiana today. But look, their offense scores a lot. Curtis Work is playing out of his mind. He's back. He's playing. He's going to play in this game. The Indiana got 2, 3 running backs that could run the ball. Elijah Surratt has stepped up and has played tremendously good. I showed more. D'Angelo Pons, 5'9", hit him, stick him. Look, one of the best cornerbacks in college football right now. Man, they just got a good team, man, and they play so disciplined. I am going to go with Indiana in this win. I'm going to go with Indiana, but I want to see what I want to see the challenges and how they overcome the challenges that this Michigan defense is going to throw at them today.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna go with Indiana as well, man. I'm not betting against Kirk Cinetti.
That's right.
I'm
That's
not.
right.
I'm not gonna do it, right? I mean, this is a pleasant surprise. Again, this was a question that you brought up when we convened the last time about Coach of the Year, right? And I pretty much said what criteria they're gonna go by, right? Because obviously, you look at the logo, you'll say Indiana. Well, Indiana's not supposed to be 9-0, and they may finish the season with a loss, the regular season, I might add. They may finish it with a loss, or they may finish it with two losses. But you're still going to look at the logo and say Indiana is not supposed to be in a situation where they have double-digit wins. Like that's not supposed to happen at the University of Indiana. So it makes Kirk Cignetti the front runner for this particular award. Indiana is playing so well, man. Just looking at Michigan the last couple of weeks, and like you said, they're struggling at the quarterback position. And the thing about it is, I've only watched Indiana play once this year, right?
Yeah.
But I was thoroughly impressed watching them play. And they played against Nebraska, And one thing about it is, if your quarterback is not on point, they're gonna make you pay. They're physical. They're a physical team, like you
Yeah.
said. They don't have a primary ball carrier. It's pretty much, by committee. Um, Surratt, the receiver, one of the most underrated, but also one of the best receivers in all of college football.
Yes.
He can make you pay. Curtis Rourke, best quarterback from the MAC. Kirk Cinetti got him to come to Indiana. So it just goes to kind of show the difference because one of the radio shows that I listened to, that was one of the things that they brought up. They brought
What
up the
was that?
fact that how in the world could Indiana get Curtis Rourke, the best MAC quarterback, but Michigan is rolling out here with a walk-on and Davis Warren,
Mm-hmm.
Alex Orji, who is not who they do not even trust to throw the ball in the game. How does the defending national champion go into the season deficient at a position where you have a team like Indiana, first year head coach,
Mm-hmm.
can go out, identify the best quarterback at the MAC level, bring him here, and they're reaping the benefits. And even when Curtis Rourke was hurt, they still look just as dominant with the backup quarterback in. So kudos to what you said. They are a good team, a very good team. And I just think, yes, Michigan's defense is still pretty much formidable. But again, you got to look at it from this particular perspective. And I hate
Yeah.
to say it like this, but again, this is the day and age that we're in. Michigan is not going to play for a playoff spot. There's no playoff spot at hand. So again,
Good,
you got to look
JB.
at some of these high-ranking guys. Obviously, Will Johnson, he missed the game last week against Oregon. Don't know if he's going to play this particular week. Obviously, they got the defensive lineman. These guys are lottery picks. So again, the aspect of it is, and I hate to say it, how hard are they going to play to finish out the season where there's really nothing left to play for? You've already accomplished what you came to Michigan to accomplish. You got the national title. You went undefeated. You had a 3-year run that was probably the best in recent Michigan history. So, how motivated is Michigan to go out here and play
Mm-hmm.
Indiana? How
All right.
motivated is that defense to say? Because the offense is terrible. Let's keep a book. The offense is terrible. So we
Yeah.
know they're not motivated to do anything. So how
That's right.
motivated is this defense going to be when you know that, look, we got what at most you still got 2 more games. You're gonna finish the season Ohio State. Like what pride? What do they have left to play for?
They gotta show up. This is one of their last games of the year to show up to see what they gonna be able to to perform, national TV. I think hold on, let me make sure that was to see what channel they're gonna be playing on today.
Maybe
Yeah,
on a
they're gonna be on
Peacock or something.
CBS. They're gonna
I
be
ain't
on
surprised.
CBS at 3:30. National televised game. I'm sure a lot of people gonna be tuning in to watch this game. They got to show up. Got to put. It's about tape right now. It's about tape. It's about team game for Michigan. It may be over, but at this point, they at least got to go bowling, right? So they got to get a couple of wins and try to get a decent bowl game,
Do
right?
you want do you want to see Michigan in a bowl game?
I mean, look, let's just call it what it is. They have to. They got to get there. It's not whether if I want to see them there
But I'm
or not.
asking. That's the
They got
that's
to.
the question I'm asking you. We ain't gotta get political about it.
Yeah, yeah,
But
I
do
do.
you do
Yeah,
you want to see Michigan in the bowl game? I
yes,
don't.
I do.
I
Yes,
don't.
I
I
definitely
don't.
want. I do want to see them in the bowl game. Uh,
I don't.
yeah, for Sharon Moore, man. It's Sharon Moore, and I want to see Michigan in the bowl game. I think this year they just fell flat on their face, and I think hopefully they wake up and they start with the submission thing, man, because I think that's part of the reason why they weren't able to get a good quarterback. Like I said, I talked to my Michigan insider guy, Lawrence with a U. I'm sure you're familiar with him too. Um, he's a big time Michigan fan. He lives in the area. He follows that team through and through. He knows a lot about that team. He studies that team like no other, and I trust what he says about that team. And when I had talked to him, that emissions thing, as far as that quarterback position goes, and they're picky, is like it's crazy. They missed out on a couple of guys from the area, and I'm talking about the the local area. As far as Detroit missed out on some quarterback play from there because of their admissions, and they got to lighten up with that. And I think that you know the Michigan fans know what I'm talking about. The people who know up in there in Michigan, they know where I'm talking about, and they know where I'm coming from as far as the talent and getting the talent. That's why a lot of the talent that Michigan should be getting is going to Penn State, is going to Ohio State. It's kind of like the same thing that was happening to Pitt until Pitt eased up, because Pitt is a highly is smart medical school, right? We all know this. UPMC, if you don't know, but it's a medical school. And now Pitt has lightened up and they started recruiting the area a lot more. They started recruiting the area a lot more and just bringing in talent, like, because they're seeing how much money the sport of football can actually bring it to your university, man. If it ain't football, it got to be basketball. It got to be some kind of sport, and let's not sleep on baseball neither, because now even that's starting to pick up a little bit of traction, right? But yeah, man, the admissions thing is a problem, man, and I think that
I,
they working on that, and that's why they're not able to get
no,
a good
no,
quarterback. It is,
no,
bro. It
no,
is.
no,
It
no,
is,
no.
Shad.
We had this discussion already. I
We
told
did,
you
but
what it was. Michigan's admission standards are not any more stringent than Vanderbilt. They're not any more stringent than Duke. They're not any more stringent than Miami, than Texas, than UCLA, Berkeley, than Cal.
it is though.
Um, it's not. I
But it
can't
is
because
though, bro.
it's not. It's
Like
not.
Shad,
Because no, hold up. I'm gonna let you cook. I'm gonna let you cook. The
go ahead,
reason I
cook.
say this is we're talking about the position. We're talking about the quarterback position.
Right.
I am not going to, obviously you said Lawrence from the U. Shout out to you, brother. And you being a Michigan fan. But I'm not gonna sit I cannot say I cannot. I can't rock with it. You can't tell me that you have a superstar corner in a Will Johnson. You have a superstar running back in Donovan Edwards, who obviously he's had a down year.
Mhm.
You have this superstar defensive lineman. You have all
Yeah.
of these particular superstar players, even from the previous three teams. And you're gonna tell me that, oh well, I mean, y'all literally had a 3-year run that 99% of other college football fans would be envious of. The 3-year run that y'all just had, and now y'all are falling flat on your face, and now you're gonna tell me it's admissions while y'all have Davis Warren and Alex Orgy as quarterback. No.
The guys that they wanted in there, right? So I may explain that wrong, but the guys they wanted, the quarterbacks that they did want, they did not get because of emissions. Okay, I don't think that's what that
Who did
is. The
they want?
quarterbacks that
Who did they want?
whom
Who
Sharon
did they
Moore
want?
wanted to bring. I can't remember the names that Lawrence
What's
would have you told me. Um,
okay?
but there was some guys that they were supposed to bring in that they didn't bring in from the Detroit area, and they didn't bring those guys in, and
Are you
because of mission. So
are you talking about from
however
high
that
school
goes. But
level?
I'll let Lawrence.
No, but I'm
Maybe
saying
Lawrence will come up one day and he'll explain this to you the
no.
way that
Hold on,
he
hold on,
did me. Right?
hold on. What I'm saying? Are you saying from a high school level? Because if you're talking about from a high school level, then okay, I can understand that aspect. I'm talking about the aspect that y'all went into the season with Davis Warren, a walk on, and Alex Orji.
Yeah.
Y'all just won a national championship. There's no way that y'all supposed to be again. Like I said when we talked about this last, if it was not for Florida State, if it was not for Florida State, this would be the biggest embarrassment in college football going right now.
I
That the
feel you.
defending national champion comes out and says, we don't have a quarterback. And even worse, we didn't even have a quarterback who was on scholarship.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all want to go the Georgia route, talking
I
about
feel
we're going
you.
to get a
I feel
walk
your
on
argument.
to lead us. Come on, man.
I
Again,
get where you coming from with that, bro. I definitely get where you coming from with that.
Sharon, Sharon Moore, you cannot be doing. You can't be doing this type of stuff. You see what my man over there at Notre Dame is doing? What did he do? He went down. They got the Wake Forest quarterback. It didn't work out. Boom. All right, cool. I'm gonna go get Riley Leonard. It's working out. He's turned it on to end the season. But if you're going to tell me that you had handpicked quarterbacks that you wanted from the high school level and grades were the issue, you been knew this.
Right. Right.
Sharon Moore did not just get there. You a brother. We know we try to walk lightly with the brothers. But again, bro, if you're going to sit up here and tell me that you already know the local academics of these positions, for crying out loud, y'all went all the way to Florida to get J.J. McCarthy from IMG. So what
So
the
you
heck is
gotta
you
go grab
talking
somebody.
about?
You gotta go
What are
grab
you?
somebody. They gotta grab somebody, bro. They gotta get somebody from somewhere. I feel what you're saying. There's so many
This is
quarterbacks out there.
embarrassment.
What's his name? The
Think
backup
about this for a
quarterback
second.
for Oregon right
Think,
now. He's not even playing. They could have possibly went after him. They could have went after a lot of quarterbacks that's out there right
think
now.
about this. Think about this for a second, Chucky. We know all the brothers. We know the majority of the brothers that are head coaches right now at these schools. Sharon Moore, you have the worst quarterback situation out of all the brothers that are head coaching right now at P4 universities. You don't have a better quarterback than what's my man at
Deshaun
Maryland?
Foster.
No, at Maryland. Mike
Oh,
Locksley.
Mike
You don't have a
Lockley.
better quarterback than Mike Locksley. You don't have a better quarterback than my man from Notre Dame. You most definitely don't have a better quarterback than Deion Sanders. Currently, you don't have a better quarterback than over here at UCLA, Deshaun Foster.
Mm-mm.
You have the like, and you just
Michigan
won the
has
national
dropped the ball.
championship.
Michigan has dropped the ball when it came to the quarterback position. That's a fact. That is a fact. They dropped the ball when it came to the quarterback position. They have dropped the ball. We know this. We know this. And now hopefully this university has paid attention to that and they see that they need to go after a quarterback. You got to get a quarterback in there. If you're able to get a good quarterback in there up at Michigan, he'll bring some other skilled position players with him, or he'll entice skilled position players to want to come to the University of Michigan. I feel you. There's no excuse for Michigan to be in a position that they're in. I understand that. I do. I get that. There's no excuse. They got world class facilities, some of the best facilities in college football, training wise, health wise, all that. You know what I mean? The schools, they're sponsored by Jordan and all, they got all the Jordan stuff and all this. There's a lot to entice players to want to go to Michigan. There's no reason why Michigan is sitting there right now without a quarterback that is efficient enough to play the position, or and no receivers. Their top receiver is Loveland, a tight end. He's their top receiver. You know what I mean? Like there's no, it's crazy. But even if you look at the history of things with Michigan, right? It had to been some kind of problem though, Shad, because if you look even at the history of it, they did win a national championship, yes, but they did it with people who, can you name me anybody off that national championship team for Michigan that you knew about going into Michigan? Harbaugh
Now,
and Sharon Moore
I
was
can't.
grabbing those guys. Did you know about any of those guys before they ended up at Michigan?
I'm the wrong person to ask that question to because
Uh-huh.
I don't care about recruiting whatsoever.
Okay.
I don't.
Right.
So I'm the wrong person to ask about that.
I don't think in my personal opinion, I don't know. I didn't know any of those guys, and they got those guys up there and they trained them. They went through a lot of their training. They scheme fit the guys, got them to work in the system, and they wound up winning the national championship with the team that they had, with the recruiting that they did. So I don't, you know, I take it for that because I take Lawrence's word for that. Lawrence would have used word because like I said, he's a Michigan head. He goes deep into that and a lot of that information. So, you know what I mean? I trust his word with Michigan. But, those guys, but I do know that those guys that they got, and all 18 of those players that went off and went to the NFL, they handpicked those guys. And I don't think a lot of those guys were 4 and 5 star athletes that they got. from recruiting. They went out and did a hell of a job with recruiting those guys and getting those guys to perform and play. You know, they didn't get but like I said, they didn't get a whole bunch of 4 and 5 star athletes there. They just got the guys there, trained them up, and they wound up winning the national championship with that team. And I think that's what you're seeing right now is these guys, they got a hell of a training staff up there. They got a hell of a coaching staff. We know that. But now we're expecting them to have, a quarterback. And I get that. There's no excuse to not have a quarterback. Got to have some kind of somebody there. There's so many quarterbacks that's out there. And I think there's some backup quarterbacks in college football that can play better than what you're seeing with Warren and Alex Orgy right now. So I get it, bro. I'm with you on that. I'm with you.
Terrible. You know
I'm
what's even more embarrassing about this? What's even more embarrassing is Indiana is only favored by 14 and a half. Come on now, this disrespectful. It's
well, this is
disrespectful to Indiana to say that they're only a 14 and a half point favorite.
well, I think it's arguably I think it's because of this is maybe one of the best defenses that Indiana has faced so far. Let me see. I don't want to go on and I want to make sure that I'm saying this with some validity in this, like that I'm on point when I'm saying this. I just don't want to say it. Just be, what I'm saying, just to be saying it. I want to make sure. So I'm gonna take a look at Indiana's schedule real quick just to make sure. What you think, bro? What you think off top? Just thinking.
Yeah,
So
they're the best defense that they play, yeah, based on
yeah,
the schedule. But I'm just
yeah.
saying, like, y'all are at this point in the season with how bad the offense is. You got to think the defense has been on the field a lot. Like I said, how motivated are they to actually be out there? Like I say, Will Johnson didn't play last week against Oregon. You know what I mean? So I mean,
Hmm.
like, is he gonna be back? And if he is back, how hard is he gonna go? How hard are these guys going to go? All this stuff like this. But I easily see Indiana beating these people by three
Touchdown.
possessions.
Okay. Three
Yeah,
possessions. Okay, so that
yeah,
could be all right. All right.
yeah.
That could be two
Uh,
touchdowns and a field goal, two field goal touchdowns, whatever. But whatever. All
I
right.
mean it's over. I mean it's over. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Three. Yeah.
Three.
Um, yeah, so we'll get the prop base out the way because I didn't mean to spend this much time talking about Michigan, but
Nah,
Sharon
I like it. I love
Sharon
it.
Moore
I'm loving it. I'm
Sharon
sure the
Moore
audience was out there enjoying it too. So what's up? What's
Sharon
the
Moore
prop
than
bet?
pit Sharon Moore than pissed me off this year, and I'm not even a Michigan fan, and he pissed me off. Um, Colston Loveland over under 62 and a half yards receiving.
Oh, man. I look at late like I say I'll say over. So he's
I'm
the
gonna
lead
say
receiver.
under. I'm gonna
Under,
say
okay.
under.
He's been doing
Uh,
under so far. But yeah,
Davis
go ahead.
Warren over under 154 and a half yards passing.
Over or under 154? Under.
I'm going under as well. And we'll finish it off with Khalil Mullins over under 47 and a half yards rushing.
Over.
I'm going under.
Okay. You don't think you get 47 on that D?
It's
Wow.
over.
Okay. All right. Fair
But you
enough.
know what? Sharon Moore the type that they'll be down three possessions and they still handing the football off. So, but the past couple weeks he hasn't even gotten 30 yards rushing the past couple weeks.
All right.
Last week against Oregon, 16 yards. Against Michigan State, he had 18. His last good game was against Illinois, which he had 87, and then the week prior to that against Washington, he had 49. So he's kind of hit a rough spot here, and I don't think Kirk Signetti is going to allow for him to
Bounce back.
to yeah, no, not Kirk,
All right.
not Signetti.
All right. All right. Colorado at Texas Tech, man. Colorado at Texas Tech today, man. Who you got, man? And why?
We talked about this earlier this week. These
Yeah,
teams
we
are
did.
mirror image. These teams are mirror images of each other. When we talk about just the composition of the teams, the strength of the team, even though obviously I think most people would agree that Texas Tech has a more established run game, even though I think an argument could be made that maybe if Colorado would have run the ball a little bit more earlier in the season, then they very well could be maybe at one loss, or maybe they could be undefeated. I mean, who knows? You know what I mean? But I'm gonna roll with Colorado right now. I really am. I'm gonna roll with CU. I think they're playing well right now. Um, I think they've got things figured out. Like I said on the other show, I think we had to tip our hat to Robert Livingston.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much giving you're a first year defensive coordinator at any level, and you're coming into a situation where you have guys that are new to the system that you're implementing, and those guys are learning it, and they again they've bounced back tremendously. I haven't watched Colorado play a lot this year, but I've kind of obviously we all watched the first game against North Dakota State, and obviously the team that played North Dakota State is not the same team that we watched play against UCF. It's a different team. And even the
Yeah.
team that played against Kansas State, right? Even though they lost that game, they're still a much better team. So I think they'll be able to do some things against Texas Tech. But like I said, this is going to be interesting to see how well Texas Tech can, well, not Texas Tech, but how well Colorado can match up against um, Texas Tech receivers and vice versa, right?
Well,
So
guess
I
what? This is my upset pick of the week. This
see
is my upset pick of the week.
you
Because this
you think
far,
Texas
and I
Tech
could be
you think
trolling.
Texas
I
Tech
could
is
be
the
trolling
favorite?
when I picked against Colorado. If I pick against Colorado, I could be trolling. I could be absolutely trolling, and I could
Hmm.
be wrong if I go with Texas Tech today. I could be absolutely wrong, and I could switch my pick right now and say that I'm gonna go with Texas Tech over Colorado. And I'm gonna tell y'all, and I'm about to tell y'all why. And I'm gonna tell y'all why, right? I'm gonna tell y'all why. Texas Tech understand we have seen crazy football, right? In the Big 12, right? Y'all, people out there thinking because y'all seen this Texas Tech team let Baylor score 59 points on them and that they could get scored on, that Colorado's going to be able to go out there and do the same thing today, right? They are essentially playing each other, right? They are playing each other. They are. And that's a fact. They are. They're playing each other. The running backs for Colorado are averaging 5 yards, 4 yards. Dallin Hayden's at 3.5 yards a carry. Isaiah Gustav's at 4 yards a carry. Michael Welch is at 5 to be exact. So who do you go with in this particular game? The difference is to me, right? And I need to see this proof, right? Texas Tech has not been able to get to the quarterback and sack the quarterback, right? And I think that may be the difference in this game, bro. I really do think so, Shad. That may be the difference. But the thing that people not paying attention to, and I think that flew over a lot of people's head, they say, well, they can't get the Shador. They can't get the Shador. But did you see how many tackles for loss that this defensive line for Texas Tech is able to get? Hold up. Let me put y'all D with some of these names, man, because it's just early Saturday pick. Now we know Colorado can get to the quarterback, so Brendan Morton's gonna be in for a headache, right? So is this really gonna be a high scoring game? Because this is a style fight. So do y'all really think this is gonna be a really high scoring game, or do you think Colorado's gonna blow Texas Tech out, or are they just gonna blow them out the water? Do you think that's gonna happen today? I don't know, bro. You know what I'm saying? I can't call that. But what I will say is that when you look at that defensive line, Jaden Cofield, Travion McAlphine, uh, the Brandon Carroll, big boys, Quinton Leonard Jr., big boy, James Hanson, big boy, Brandon Rigsby, big boy. They all big, bro. 6'2", 310, 6'3", 305, 6 foot 300, 6'2", 315, 6'2", 315, 6'2", 295. Brandon Rigsby is 295. Big boys, man. Big boys that move, that clog the holes up. No, they ain't getting to the quarterback as much, right? But they is getting them TFLs. Jaden Cofield, the 6'2", 310 freshman from Austin, Texas, yo. 7 solo tackles, 1 sack, 3 tackles for a loss. Travion McElfine, 6'3", 305 from Alabama, 9 solo tackles. He got a tackle for a loss. They're getting back there. They're getting back there. They're real good run stop. They're decent run stoppers, right? But to generate that pressure on Shador, I don't know if that changes today. I don't know if that changes today. We'll see what that offensive line does. The offensive line has improved. So, with that being said, I still am going with Colorado, bro.
Yeah, yeah, and just to add something to the fire. Texas Tech has the 129th ranked overall defense in college football.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
nothing more to say.
Yeah. Yeah.
More to-
They get after it. They get it. Look, they get, you know, see those sometimes stats can be a little
yeah, yeah,
misleading
yeah,
on that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Because
yeah, yeah, yeah.
because if you look at it right, they do got CJ Baskerville at cornerback. I think he got 3 interceptions, 3 passes defended. Braylon Lux is another DB. He got an interception from California, 5'11", 185 dude. Chapman Lewis, 6 foot, 180 dude. He got 31 tackles, 3 interceptions, and 3 passes defended. AJ McCarthy, another D back. He got 21 tackles, 2 pass defended, 2 touchdowns, and he got a pick six. But then you got Colorado has Colton Hood, 2 pass. He got 2 picks. Preston Hodge got 2 picks. Travis Hunter's got 2 picks. Cameron Silman Craig, he's out there showing off 60 tackles, 2 sacks, 3 passes defended. He's number 11 in the Big 12 when it comes to tackles. Nakai Hill Green, linebacker, 6'2", 230, big boy. We already know that because I like the way that he played. 59 total tackles, 2 sacks. He's number 12 in the Big 12 right now as far as everything goes. Like they got it. You know what I'm saying? And Sue and then you look at Texas. That's why I said this is a mirror match, but I think that the fact that they cannot, like you said, that 129 ranked defense, the fact that they cannot get any pressure on the quarterback is the difference in this game. And I think it could get ugly if they're not able to get Shador off his mark today. I want to see how they're going to do that because I think that a lot of people's looking at that and it may fool them into thinking like they're not going to get to the quarterback because they're leading tacklers and sacks on the team or bad linebackers. Jacob Rodriguez is number 1 in the Big 12, the linebacker for Texas Tech. I don't want to mean to spend so much time on this one, but he got 83 total tackles, 3 sacks, 3 passes defended, 3 forced fumbles. He gets after it. And the same thing with Ben Roberts, the other linebacker. He got 3 forced fumbles, 65 total tackles. So they do tackle well and they do punch the ball out and turn the ball over. See that? So that's what that stat's not showing. They do let up a lot of touchdowns. They will get scored on, but they do know how to get takeaways, whether it's interceptions or forced fumbles. So hold the ball when you running the ball today, Colorado, and Shador got to make those. They got to have some of those routes where those receivers are free because I think these DBs for Texas Tech can absolutely get after the ball. Those 50-50 balls that he normally likes to throw, I think that they got to be a little bit cleaner today, in my opinion, because these DBs for Texas Tech will snatch those balls, bro. They will take them. What up? What up? Yo,
Yo, yo,
pause, pause,
yo,
pause. They will
yo.
get interceptions. Pause. But man, that's a damn shame. I gotta come out here and say that. But they will intercept the football. They will intercept the football. So the 50-50 passes that you want to throw, you gotta be clean with those, Shador. Gotta be clean today. Gotta be clean. And it has to be a clean game for them. But Texas Tech been having a lot of trouble tackling, and I think that's why they got the 100. Would you say 129th ranked defense? Uh,
129th.
Yeah, they've been having a lot of trouble tackling in space, man. They're not getting that guy down on the first mark, and I don't think it starts today with Colorado. They're up high, but they got the advantage because they're at home. They're playing at home, but we'll see what happens today. But I do think that Colorado's able to get this dub, man. I do think so, man. What's some of the props for this one?
All right, they all right here together. So Shador Sanders over under 324 and a half yards passing.
Sheesh. Sheesh. I
It's a
think he
lot.
gets that.
I'm gonna go under simply because I feel like that. they have to continue this trend of running the ball. So if Shador is able to throw for 290,
Shador throw for
285 or something
200
like
with his
that,
eyes closed against
that,
anybody.
that's why I said if he can get 280 or 290 and
Like,
they can control the line of scrimmage and run the ball, I could see a situation like that. But I mean, if they want to get pass happy, then of course they'll do it. But I think they are showing that they want to be a little bit more balanced. So I'm gonna go under. I'm gonna
you
go
gonna go
under.
under?
I'm gonna go under.
All right.
Okay, Travis Hunter over under 7.5 catches.
He going over 7.5 catches. He gonna get. They're gonna try to force feed him the ball today. Well, you know what? For some reason, y'all, I think that it's Jimmy Horn's turn today. I think it's Jimmy Horn's turn today because I think they're going to be paying special attention to Travis Hunter. Like, you got it first to beat Colorado. If you can't get to Shador, and which Texas Tech is not able to do because they're not able to get to nobody, you got to take Travis Hunter away out of the game. And I think that they know that. And I think that they'll try to take Travis Hunter out of the game, but he'll still probably have over 7.5 catches. But you got it. They'll take him out, but I think Jimmy Horn is going to have a big game today.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the over. I think Travis Hunter, like you say, Shador can throw for 200 with his eyes closed. I feel like Travis Hunter can get 8 catches with his eyes closed.
Yeah, facts.
Over under 124 and a half yards rushing by Taj Brooks.
Oh, oh, I think you got to give that over for Taj Brooks, bro. To be honest, Colorado's been on, but even though their defense has been improving and getting better, they still averaging, I think, like 150, giving up 150 or more a game rushing wise. And Taj McCoy, he's the engine. They're gonna feed him the ball today. You know what? 124 though. I don't know if he gets 124 on Colorado, so I'll go under today. But they will get him the ball, however that is. Screen passes, passing out of the backfield, catching out of the backfield. He will get the ball, but I don't know if he straight up rushing the ball is able to get over 124 in Colorado. So I'll go under with that.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna take the under as well. Um, because even though they're gonna pass the ball, they're gonna better spread the defense out. But obviously, that plays right into the type of defense that Colorado likes to play. Obviously, they play man to man, so they can devote more guys to the box. They trust their
Mm-hmm.
guys on the outside, so yeah, they're gonna have some. They're gonna have some attention. They're gonna be able to pay special attention to Taj Brooks. So yeah, and to be honest, 124 and a half. When you think of a name like Taj Brooks, you think like, well, sure he should get that. But then you kind of look around, like there are situations where these big time running backs they just don't crack 100. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I could see a situation where yeah, Colorado does prevent him from getting that 124 and a half. So yeah, I'm gonna go under with you on that as well.
Yeah, because if they shut Taj down today, and they if they shut Taj down, that offense um for Texas Tech having to rely on Brandon Moore, and we'll see what he do today. But taking Taj out of the way out of that offense, he's the engine. You take the engine out of a car, it don't move. That's exactly what's going to happen to that offense if Colorado is able to take Taj Brooks out of that offense. Um, but I'm going with them today. All right. South Carolina at Vanderbilt, good one. I think this is another one of those good matchups right here that people may not or may be paying attention to. South Carolina 5-3 overall, 3-3 in the SEC. Vanderbilt 6-3 overall, 3-2 in the SEC. South Carolina coming off of that upset win last week over Texas A&M that I did pick, and it was my upset pick of the week last week, I must add.
You
But
got that. You got that.
thank you, bro. But you are like one of the only ones, bro, that will really, say trucking you was right or give me my props. But the other people, babe, like there's not a lot of people out there that they don't like saying trucking was right. They don't like saying that because it don't fit the narrative of what trucking Trubby is as a whole. It don't fit my narrative for me to be right. So they don't like you know what I mean? I don't get the just dues all the time, you know what I mean? But shout out the GOAT. Shout out the GOAT. He's giving me mine. And shout out to Law Dog. Law Dog has too. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. So, but yeah, South Carolina at Vanderbilt today, man. Who you man? Um, you know what? South Carolina just been playing. That defense is crazy, and I think Lenore Sellers has figured his offense out. I do think he has figured this offense out. He got it late, but that is due to his inexperience, though, Shad. The starts that he didn't have. To be honest with you, I'm sitting here wondering right now, should South Carolina had pulled Spencer Rattler out of the starting position and started Lenore Sellers? And I'm gonna go ahead and say yes, they should have started Lenore Sellers over Spencer Rattler. Absolutely. Because they would probably been having a season like this had they had Lenore Sellers in there with the receivers and the weapons that they did have. Because I think they had Bell at one point in time, and if they would have been playing him, I don't know if he was there. I think he was a freshman that year. I want to say, but had they been playing Lenore Sellers and it gave him the time, they would have had a decent season. Right now, if he would have had that experience of starting, South Carolina probably be one loss or undefeated right now had he had that experience. Vanderbilt is a good football team. They got a good quarterback. They at home. I'm expecting this to be a dogfight, but I do think that Lenore Sellers and he figured it out. And that defense with South Carolina, they're the most consistent in the SEC. You said that you brought light to them. You had me look into them. I did my study on them. South Carolina is a good fucking football team with and I'm going to say yes, a great defense and the most consistent defense in the SEC. So I'm rolling with South Carolina today, dog. Easy pick
Yeah.
for me. For real, for real. Not very easy, but I'm expecting it to be. It should be a good game because Pavia, he's good. But yeah, I'm rolling with them, dog. Rolling with them
Yeah,
away.
yeah, I'm gonna go with South Carolina. I mean, like I said, I was just watching the game last week, and I was enamored with just the size of their defense. Like, I mean, Shane Beamer has done a fantastic job in terms of changing the how that team looks. You got Kyle Kennard on one side, you got Dylan Stewart on the other side. Defensive tackle plays good. Secondary is long. They're physical. I mean, just the performance that they put on against, Oklahoma a couple of weeks back was just nothing short of just absolutely phenomenal. Um, this is a team that similar to UCLA, but I would probably lean more into South Carolina than UCLA.
Yeah,
That they look like they've kind of gotten some things figured out, and like you said, Lenore Sellers, and that was my hold up last week. I didn't know what Lenore Sellers would show up last week, right? So that kind of went into my mindset of saying, hey, you know what? I don't really think I'm gonna roll with him this week, even though I have all the confidence in the world that if they score 25, 28 points on offense, I have the full confidence that their defense can do the job to secure them a victory, right?
mm-hmm.
So, but like I said, I'm gonna roll with them this game. You know what I mean? I think just their defense is gonna have another good performance today. I think Rocket Sanders, he's gonna be pretty good on the ground today, so that's gonna kind of help take some of the weight off of Lenore Sellers' shoulders. And if you let Lenore Sellers get loose, he'll burn you. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with South Carolina, man. Like I said, um, I think they're clicking at the right time.
yeah.
I really do.
I think so too, man. I agree, bro. I definitely agree with that, bro. They're definitely clicking right now, bro. And Lil Norris Sellers got it figured out. What's some of the prop bets that we got for this game?
So, Cedric Alexander, do you feel he will score the first touchdown for Vanderbilt?
No.
Okay. We have another one. Joshua Simon, over under 30 and a half receiving yards.
Joshua Simon, that's the tight end for South Carolina, correct? I think
I
he'll have
believe
over.
so.
He's important. He's
Okay.
important to that offense to get going. Um, and and yes, I think he'll have over 30 receiving yards. Or yes, he's over that 38,
Okay.
whatever.
I'm gonna go with you on that one. And last but not least, Cedric Alexander, anytime touchdown.
Now, I think Cedric Alexander anytime touchdown. I think I'll roll with that one. Yeah. Will he score the first one? No, but anytime, yes. I think he can get in there. It's important for him
I'm
to get in there.
I'm gonna say he's not gonna score.
Okay. Yeah, I be
Yeah,
forgetting that's South Carolina defense, man. It's crazy. It's
yeah.
crazy. That defense is crazy, bro. It really is. It really is. Alabama at LSU. We got 30 minutes, 32 minutes, 33 minutes to get these last five games done. Um, I got five. I got 13 on the poll today. Because there was some other games I had to add on there, but Alabama at LSU, dog. Look, look, man. I ain't lost my faith in Alabama. I haven't. Them being LSU. Gus Garrett Nussmeier had been playing good. He's one of the underrated quarterbacks out there. LSU has been playing very good football. I should be a fool to go ahead and try to rock with Alabama today, but I'm not going to. And I think this is. And look, if I gotta go ahead and pick one of my upset games for today, man, I'm rolling with them to do it today, dog. I'm rolling with Alabama to do it. Well, I guess it's really not an upset because LSU is number 15 and Alabama's number 11. But I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it rolling with Alabama. I think Alabama keeps it moving. Um, and they show up. I think they show up today. I think what where did they have a bye week last week, bro? I can't remember or not.
Who?
I could check
Who?
on it real quick.
LSU? Yeah,
Yeah.
LSU had a bye week.
Okay. LSU had the bye week last week. Okay. So they coming
Yeah.
off the bye, right? And so is no Alabama's coming off a bye too. So Alabama coming off that bye. I think they figured out they had what almost 2 weeks to prepare for this game with LSU at LSU. Kellen DeBoer, like he got to win this game to shut up a lot of the critics, and I think I'm rolling with him to do that today, man. Regardless of them being at number 11, I know a lot of people is looking at Alabama like they're not a true number 11 team, and I think that it's time for them to prove a lot of people out there wrong because I've been rocking heavy with Alabama this year, and I'm gonna keep it going with them today, man. I don't see no reason why to switch up now on Alabama, dog. So I'm rolling with them at Oway going in to LSU for the dub.
Let me look at something real quick. Okay, yeah, because they've done away with conferences. So yeah, so it's gonna be some interesting stuff going on. LSU has one loss. Texas has one loss. Tennessee one loss. A&M one loss. Georgia one loss. So it's imperative that LSU wins this game to kind of keep their playoff hopes alive and even have an opportunity to play in the SEC championship game. I'm going with LSU. I like what Garrett Nussmeier is doing. Anybody that you ask, they know how I feel about Brian Kelly. Um, he hasn't gotten over the hump just yet, but I think he's gonna get it together. It's right there. They have a very good team. I think both teams are kind of in the same boat where not as much defense as it used to be because this matchup used to be highlighted by the defenses. And then I think after, I believe, yeah, because the first chip dropped when Alabama switched over to the spread, and then obviously when LSU switched over to it got on steroids, starting with Joe Burrow, and then you go to Jaden Daniels, and now Garrett Nussmeier, again, a guy that we talked about the other day as a quarterback who I think
Mm-hmm.
is a guy that it's probably going to be good at the next level, right? So I'm going with LSU. I think LSU's offense is better. I think Kyron Lacy, as good as Ryan Williams is as a freshman, I think Kyron Lacy is going to be the best receiver in this game today. I think Garrett Nussmeier is the best quarterback in this game today. I know that may rub some people the wrong way, but if we're just talking about quarterback, we're not talking about athlete. We're just talking about strictly quarterback. I think Garrett Nussmeier is going to be that particular guy. Again, both teams are coming off a bye week, so whatever issues they may have had to clean up, they'll get them cleaned up. But this is not Nick Saban and Kirby Smart coming off of a bye week. This is Kalen DeBoer versus Brian Kelly. I think LSU is going to have the coaching advantage. I think they're going to have the talent advantage. And at the end of the day, I believe this is going to be a game that LSU wins, and it's
All
going to
right.
keep them alive in not only the SEC race for the SEC title game, but also the race to secure a playoff spot. Because what did you say they're sitting at? What right now? 14,
15. They sitting at 15.
15. Yeah, so they're 3 spots out. So yeah, so they need this. Yeah, they need this win. So
Yeah, they
I'm
do.
gonna
They
go with
do.
it.
They do. They definitely need to win. What's you got some props ready for that one or
Yeah, I got some props to get them out of here quick. I know we on a time crunch. Garrett Nussmeyer over under 2.5 passing touchdowns.
Garrett Nussmeyer over under? I think he go to. I think he go over that. I think he get three.
Okay. Garrett Nussmeyer over under 298.5 yards passing.
Ah, under man. Under.
I'm going over. Alabama defense is food.
Okay.
Um, where's the other one? Okay, Jalen Milrow over under 232.5 yards passing.
Jalen Milrow. He if Alabama's going to win this game, he got to go over that. I think he could do it, bro. I'll go over.
I'm gonna go under. I'm gonna go under in this game.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Washington at Penn State. Washington at Penn State. I know. Yeah, yeah, I know. I know. I get it. Washington's 5-4 overall, 3-3 in the Big Ten. Penn State 7-1, 4-1 in the Big Ten. Penn State should handle business without a doubt. I do think that Washington can pose a little bit of threats to this offense. With Penn State just a little bit, have them struggling. I know this easy pick for real. Abdul Carter and those guys on defense. I'll see what they do if they bounce back from that Ohio State win and how they win in their fashion. But y'all know I'm rocking with Penn State, man. Y'all know that. Y'all know I'm picking Penn State.
I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see how Penn State bounces back. A very emotional game last week against Ohio State, where you pretty much had it, going the way that you wanted. And sometimes a lot of teams they can't shake off that type of emotional loss. So that's why I'm gonna go with Washington in this game. I don't know
Mm,
how healthy Drew Aller's going to be this particular game, and I think Washington poses a very
right.
interesting threat to them.
Mm-hmm. I
Okay.
feel that, bro. I do. And they did just play Ohio State. I ain't trying to give no excuses, but when you play a team like Ohio State coming off that, and then next week I think Washington got a little bit of the advantage because, like you said, some people may be banged up playing against a very tough Ohio State team like that, like last week. So what's some of the props for this Washington and Penn State game?
We got Katron Allen over under 73.5 yards rushing.
73 and a half.
Over under.
Oh, he'll go over that.
I'm gonna take the under.
Oh, okay. He'll
Take the
go
under.
over that
I'm gonna take the
on
under.
Washington. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Okay. Denzel Boston over under 58.5 yards receiving.
Mm. Over or under Denzel Washington. I don't know. I say go under.
I think I'm gonna go with under as well. Drew Aller over under 1.5 passing touchdowns.
He'll go over that. He'll
I'm
go
gonna
over
go.
that. He'll get
I'm
one
gonna
to
go.
44 and one to the back.
I'm gonna
He'll
go
go
under.
over.
I'm gonna go under
Okay. All
because
right.
I don't know if he's gonna play the whole game, so I'm gonna go under.
That makes sense. That makes sense. You should have insurance, but you'll make that makes sense. And Oklahoma at Missouri.
It's an ugly game right here.
It's an ugly game.
It's an ugly game.
And why do you think this is an ugly game? I'll let you go ahead and I'll let you cook first.
No, because I mean it's an ugly game. Obviously, Oklahoma has had a slew of injuries. I haven't checked the injury report lately, but I'm sure a lot of those guys are probably still dinged up. Missouri, um, I mean, they had that magical season last year, and they've kind of fallen on hard times. So, I mean, this is a game right here to me. I think it's a pick 'em to me, honestly.
Okay.
I like Oklahoma. I really do. They had a very well. I mean, it wasn't much of a team that they played playing against UMass, but Barnes had a fantastic game. Jackson Arnold has gotten his job back. So I mean, I honestly don't know. I want to go with Oklahoma because I feel like Oklahoma is the better team. If everything if all parties are healthy, I think Oklahoma is the better team. You know what I mean? And I think they're still better even with some of those particular injuries than Missouri because I think Missouri. I mean, honestly, I don't think you can be. I don't think you can be disappointed in Missouri. Honestly, I know some people may be
Yeah,
disappointed, maybe some Missouri fans, but I mean, you guys had to know that this wasn't going to be something that rolled over to the following season. I mean, you just had to know that.
right.
Because Missouri is currently, I mean, they're not bad. I mean, they're currently 6-2. They're 2-2 in conference play. Oklahoma's 5-4, 1-4 in conference play. So I mean, the edge should go to Missouri in this game, but again, I'm gonna roll with Oklahoma.
All
Roll with
right, you
Oklahoma.
rolling with Oklahoma also. All right, and I'm rolling with Oklahoma in this one too. So I'm rolling with them, man. So we got that pick. Some of the props for that one. I really I don't know what's some of the props for that one before we move on real quick. We got
We
two more.
got. Let me get the props. Okay, Jackson Arnold over under 30.5 yards rushing.
Oh, Jackson Arnold over or under. Damn, I hate betting on quarterback. I don't bet on quarterbacks with rushing yards. I don't like doing that, but under.
Okay. Um, I think you'll go over that. Honestly,
Okay.
I
All
think
right.
just some timely scrambles. Jackson Arnold over under 1.5 yard, 1.5 passing touchdowns.
Uh, over.
I would take the under on that.
Okay.
Jackson Arnold over under 185.5 passing yards.
Over.
I'm going to take. I'm gonna take the under on that one as well.
All right. He got to show up today. I'm relying on him to show up. So that's why I went over on those because I'm relying on him to show up today and beat Missouri. Virginia at Pitt. And I know Pitt just got smacked by SMU. And you can argue that Pitt got exposed by SMU, but I thought that Pitt had their season already had been successful. To be honest with you, I thought that season
Yeah.
was already successful. Look, nobody expected Pitt to be where they're at right now, 7-1 overall, 3-1 in the ACC, um, and being arguably one of the top teams in the ACC right now because of record. Their schedule is the schedule. They played it out. Um, I did think that Eli Holston being a redshirt freshman quarterback, that he is, and their weapons, their offense was a little bit stagnant. Their running back, I can't Riddick, I believe it is the Riddick or something like that. I can't pronounce his last name, but he's a lot of that offense over there at Pitt. So if you're able to key on him and stare him down, that offense kind of gets stagnant. Eli Holston, I like the way that he's playing. I thought that he wasn't a scrambling quarterback earlier in the season, but he has shown his athletic ability. But I do think that this defense for Pitt is overwhelming for Virginia. And believe it or not, West Virginia is the backyard brawl. And Virginia is also a rivalry when you come up in the Pit and they don't play. They play different at Pitt. They fight for Pat Narduzzi. I think that Pitt gets the dub. I'm going with Pitt again this week. I was wrong last week going with Pitt, but I'm staying with Pitt. I'm home. I'm a homer in this game, dog. I'm from the Bird. I'm going with Pittsburgh, dog. That's what I'm doing. Like, stop playing with me, dog. Stop playing with me. I don't why did my joint do that? I got it backwards. But
I
yeah.
don't know. I think yeah, cause we both. I mean, we both picked Pitt last week. You know, I felt like SMU hadn't shown enough to show that they could match up against a team that was as good as they were, and we were wrong.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna take Pitt this week. Just looking at the schedule, Virginia has lost their last 3 games. Um, with the last one being against North Carolina, which Omarion Hampton had a 4 touchdown performance. So I think that may bode well for Reed to have a pretty good game. Obviously, Eli Holston, he can scramble around, make some plays. So I just think Pitt is the better team, and I think they're going to go out and do it because again, a lot is still left on the table, right? As it currently sits today, the Miami's opponent in the ACC championship game has not yet been decided. So Pitt has to go out and win because if SMU slips up, then they're right back in control of this whole thing. Um, so I'm gonna roll with the Pitt Panthers.
Yeah. I bet you want to roll with Pitt to win because I think if Pitt makes it to the ACC championship, if SMU choke and they lose, it's just an easier game for Miami, right?
What easier than what? SMU or somebody? I
Yeah.
mean, I don't. I mean, I don't know. It's just like NFL right now, man. It's all about matchups. How well a team matches up against another team. So I don't look at. I know most Canes fans will probably say SMU is more scary than Pitt is, just based on how SMU utilizes their weapons. But I mean, Pitt has been a team that we've had trouble with in the past. So uh,
So you don't overlook that game. But what's some of the props for that one?
I don't have any props for that game,
All right,
unfortunately.
bet, bet. Moving on to the last game on the slot. Appreciate y'all kicking with us this morning. It's the last game on the slot, and it is a rivalry game, and that's why we got it up here. I know a lot of Colorado fans are rooting for Utah to beat BYU today because and if Colorado beats Texas Tech, they got to get over Texas Tech. But I know they are rooting, and if they beat Texas Tech today, they get over Texas Tech. They're gonna be rooting for Utah to beat BYU. BYU right now is undefeated, 8-0 overall, 5-0 in the Big 12. Utah 4-4, 1-4 in the Big 12. Um, that defense is still there at Utah. And that's why I don't know if a true Colorado fan is actually overlooking any of these teams that they have left in Texas Tech, Utah, Oklahoma State, and who else they finish in Kansas. I don't know if they're overlooking any of those teams because of the defenses those teams have. But Utah and BYU is the rivalry game. Utah being at home today against BYU number 9. This is their bowl game. This is one of their bowl games, a huge one, a chance to go ahead and prove and to get an upset today. I think I already had made my upset pick today, so I'm not going to go ahead and try to make another one. But I think BYU continues rolling, man. They're really good. BYU, I got a chance to watch them and really see they're really good in all aspects of the game, and they're a really disciplined team. Like, they don't get a lot of uncharacteristic penalties on themselves, and being away, I don't think that continue. I think they just keep it rolling, man. And that quarterback for BYU, by the way, I don't know why he's not being mentioned for anything out there because he's been playing outstanding and doing well. And that running back is also a problem too. I like the way that running back runs the rock, man. But yeah, let me stop yapping, man. I'm going with BYU, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with BYU as well. I mean, Utah. Just kind of looking at the last couple of games, they have. I mean, they haven't gotten blown out in these particular performances. They've pretty much kind of kept the game within reach. If their offense played a little bit better, but I mean, BYU right now they're playing so well. Obviously undefeated. They've had a couple of close games there. They had a close game against Oklahoma State where they were 31, 38 to 35. Played UCF last week and won 37 to 24. But again, just looking at the last four matchups, Utah has not allowed an opponent to score 20 points. So
Mm,
it's going to be interesting to see how well BYU does offensively against Utah.
mm-hmm.
Whereas Utah, in their last four performances, they've allowed three of their last four opponents to score over 20 points. But um, oh, wait a minute, I'm looking at that wrong. My bad. No, Utah has allowed over 20 points. I'm looking at their score. Utah
Okay.
hasn't scored 20 points in their last four performances.
But you
My
know
bad.
what though? Hey bro,
Let me get that correct.
Shad, do you think for some reason the way that this season's been going for Colorado, do you think that it just everything that's been in aligning for them to get up in there? Do you think that BYU just loses to Utah today? Like Utah's able to beat them? I mean, it is a rivalry game. They are used to playing each other. It's huge to Utah. Like it's big for them. Like they're gonna play this game like no other game ever. Like, you know what I mean? Their next couple games, I think Utah plays. They got BYU this week, and then I believe they got Colorado next. Right? Am I right? Am I right on
I
that?
don't know.
I'm checking the schedule right now, but I was just guessing.
I didn't know
Yeah,
BYU played Colorado.
yeah. No, not BYU, but Utah. Utah has BYU. My
Oh,
fault. I had to correction. BYU.
oh.
Utah's playing BYU this week, and then next week they have Colorado up at Folsom Field.
Who has Colorado
So
next week? Utah.
Utah. Yep.
Okay,
They
okay,
got
okay.
Utah
I mean,
got BYU, Colorado, Iowa State, and then they finish off with UCF.
so based on the way the schedule is laid out, um, Utah has an opportunity, right? BYU 5-0 in the conference, Iowa State 4-1, Colorado 4-1. So Utah has an opportunity to pretty much
Shake
decide
that.
who's going to play for the Big 12 championship game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously. So
Yeah.
they can spoil it for BYU, they can spoil it for Iowa State. Kansas State is a team that they wait a minute, no. I'm thinking about Iowa State's playing Kansas State at the end of the season. But I don't know. I mean,
They got a chance
college
to
football.
shake
I
it
mean,
up.
college football is weird, man. Utah
It
very well could
is,
come
ain't
out
it?
here. They could very well come out here and win this game today. But I mean, I think I'm gonna go with it. I think I'm gonna roll with
Yeah.
BYU. I think I'm gonna roll with
Yeah.
BYU. And
All right.
based on the matchup predictor, I mean, it's really, I mean, it's close, but it's not close, right? Pretty much it's a 60-40. 60% believe BYU can win this game, while 40% believe Utah can win this game. So to
Mm,
me, I think that's not as definitive as you would like to see it, because I think is opening the door for the aspect that Utah very well could pull off an upset. So, but
mm.
I'm not gonna stand on that. I'm not gonna stand on that rooftop. So I'm gonna roll with BYU in that game.
Yeah, I'm rolling with BYU too, but yeah, Utah do got a chance to shake some things up out there, man. They got some chance. And Colorado's gauntlet starts today with Texas Tech because they got Texas Tech. Their last four, we pulled that up a couple of times, a few different times actually. We pulled up Colorado's last schedule, but I'll do it again. You can go ahead with the prop bets while I get the schedule if you want to do the props for that one, but it's all good if not. Okay, so you can see that. No, because you can't see it actually because I don't have it up. So that's Colorado's remaining schedule, ladies and gentlemen out there. I know a lot of people from Colorado follow me and they watch it. They got Texas Tech today, Utah, Kansas, Oklahoma State. Colorado's playoff stretch starts today.
Yeah.
It starts today in Lubbock today because these last three teams, I know the last two, Kansas and Oklahoma State, have not been playing up to par, but Utah, Kansas, and Oklahoma, man, they got some defenses, bro. They got some defenses, bro. And I don't know if they'll show up. Their offense is a problem, but I don't know if they'll show up. And those three teams can't get to the quarterback. Texas Tech can't. Um, but those three can. So we'll see what happens today. They did beat Cincinnati 34-23. We'll see what happens today, though, man. We'll see how that turns out, man. See how this all rolls and how it goes today, man. But I appreciate y'all coming through and kicking it with us, man. We appreciate it for sure up out there. Y'all got everything. We came through, got the morning picks done. It's another weekend. I hope y'all keeping track for us because I have not been, so I'll probably have to go back every video and count the picks because I have not been keeping track. But last week was horrible for me. Anyway, I think that was like one of my worst weeks was last week to be honest. Um, picking it wise, but yeah, we'll see what happens this week, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Peace. What you think? What you think? The U. He threw up the U for y'all. Y'all fools, man. You a fool for that one. Ah.